Seekers. It is Friday, 8:49 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. It's an interesting day in the market. We're going to rock through this quick so we can all get on with our weekend. All right, some market news, some world news to set the stage today. The Federal Reserve has lost control. Watch out. A YouTube by Mark Moss. It's about 26 minutes long, profoundly enlightening. I'll link to it over at bitcoindailywview.com. I would say worth a watch. It is good to know what's going on in the world. This guy has a great grasp of looking at traditional markets and crypto markets and history of such things. And this is powerful, worth a watch if you so desire. This is a fake tweet, but still, the Delta variant of inflation may be the most dangerous one yet. World leaders partner with central banks to accelerate communism. It might be a satire, it might be fake, it certainly is, but with that said, it's true. Along with New York here being underwater, if you've not seen some of the YouTubes coming out, some of the news, New York is seeing profound and extreme flooding. This is big stuff. Along with, of course, I didn't put links to it here, but earthquake swarms, a lot of it looks like pre-quakes filling up the Cascadia region, especially in Northern California, etc. So if you're, a Seattleite, if you're in Oregon, if you're in California, make ready. Make sure your flashlight batteries are charged, and that all your fares are in order because, well, it may come to pass. With that said, New York having a very, very hard time right now. Everyone pretty much universally does not like Mr. Como here, and this is an amazing article over at Zero Hedge where News 8 WROC said, well, they quoted him saying, Governor Cuomo just said, "We want to do with gun violence what we just did with COVID." And I love these brave, honest to God, badass, true Americans. These people are extremely heroic to me, who replied to this, which is basically putting your name, your number, your address on this tweet. And you are messing with a serious globalist asset. I mean, like Klaus Schwab level evil. And I love these tweet replies. Everyone hide your grandparents. Oh shit, Como's just going to show up and your grandparents kill more people, lie about the death toll, and then write a book about it. Arming my grandma. These are heroes. It is good to stand up to creatures like this. And his real name ain't Como. It's some friggin' like Third Reich sounding German name. Take that for what it's worth. A lot of them came over during World War II. Um, the deep state is real. And with that said, Coin360 showing green and red day in the market. We're seeing some acceleration. I like seeing this. Volume last 24 hours is still down. It's down 10%. It's only 13 billion on Binance for spot trading, spot pairs. That is not much. That's very, very low. And we're going into the weekend, so beware. Futures on Binance, 52 million, down 10%. A good day, we're going to start getting a baseline for this, but a good day is going to be 25, 30 billion probably on spot, and probably around over 70 billion on futures. We'll keep tabs of this. I'm going to start keeping it like in a little notebook, maybe an Excel spreadsheet or something like that so we can graph it. But in general, we have very, very low spot and futures volume right now, even though the price is moving. Now, let's refresh this here and look at Bitcoin trading volume explicitly. 2.8 billion total, 1.7 billion of that on Binance. Coinbase, not even half a billion. Volume is potty. So the move we're seeing right now is probably whale play pushing Bitcoin. Not a good thing, not a bad thing. I just think that's what it is. All right. Looking at a 4-hour chart here, this is longs versus shorts. Longs are the green line, shorts are the red line. All right. Here's your price action cruising line right here in the middle. So we had just barely higher lows. We're cruising along. Recently had this dump. And what caused this dump? Well, I would say for the last 1 day and 16 hours, we've had a real increase in shorts. So when the shorts started to crank up, price action took a hit. So it looks like the whales are defending the 30 to 40K range, and it really looks like they're beginning to tighten this up, at least at this very moment, between around like 32K and like 35 35K, so the range is pretty tight, but we know overall 30 to 40K whales, to me, look like they're defending that. Retail buyers got a little bit too sparky and they cranked up the shorts to put that price action where they wanted. All right, looking at the daily chart, we are still way too close to the 314 moving average for my liking. This is a daily chart. White trend right here is the 200 moving average. Blue one is the 314 moving average. We are just hovering and getting over and under that 314 moving average. I don't like that. If we break below it, not so great. There is a downwards trend here on the RSI that Willie Woo did talk about. When we do break above this line, at least according to him, that's when he thinks that we should really look for the whales having let Bitcoin go. So I'm watching that for sure. Let's watch out here for the daily MACD. It's trending positive right now since we're getting some price action, but be watchful, have an alert. If we get close to a negative cross in daily MACD again, which we've been flirting with recently, I think that would definitely push price action down a few percent. Not financial advice, not prophecy, just entertainment purposes only. Anything and everything I ever say on here. With that said, we can see here on the 45-minute chart, we've been having this upwards channel, a couple beautiful lower highs as we went up. But we broke below that recently, and that does, in my opinion, looking at the numbers, it does correspond with this pump in shorts that we see here in the 4-hour chart. That's when we began the bottom fill out of this channel. But on a good note, we are now working our way back up. So we shall see. We just got a green diamond merit badge. So the EMAs on the Super Guppy indicator or the Madrid ribbons, you can go over to bitcoindaily.com. Just do a search for Madrid there on the front page. I do link to this indicator. With that said, boom, okay, we're looking good. So we're getting some price action this morning. To me, it looks like it's mostly whale play, if you ask me, basically since we're not seeing retail trading volume. And with that said, the squeeze indicator is beginning to fire green. We got some green directional index, but the ADX is still going the wrong way. The stochastic RSI is kind of showing overbought. And Lazy Bear indicator, wave trend oscillator by Lazy Bear, it's showing we got a little bit more room to move up. So do note this is great that we're moving up. Hopefully we'll challenge this 200 moving average on a 45-minute chart around 34,100. The only thing is realize we've already done a pretty good pump here. And it looks like to me we're beginning to run out of steam on this initial pump, and that's just fine. Let's just do a forecast and realize that in the last a couple hours we've cranked, in the last 3 hours, almost 4 hours, we've cranked about 3% or so. So that's a pretty good push, and just realize that we may need to cool off for a little while before we challenge that 200 moving average. We have no volume going on, so be watchful. If you're getting in on this rally, just know that we will probably, with the volume that we're seeing, bounce off this 200 moving average and get rejected. I'm not trying to be a doomsayer, but I can say that it does look like, let's say right here, you can see the whales are defending the range that they want to keep it. Ethereum versus USD, unfortunately, with the recent dump, it got under the 200 moving average, but it's going to challenge it. Its indicators are looking pretty good. If Bitcoin gets over the 200 moving average, I imagine that Ethereum will too. So if Bitcoin gets stronger throughout the day, so will Ethereum. Ethereum versus BTC, like I say, we had this beautiful, beautiful trade that lasted quite a while. Ethereum was making money against Bitcoin. It just dumped recently. This is one that I'm going to be watching. I would love to see Ethereum start to outpace BTC, and if it does, I'll be back in this trade. And if you follow the methodology that I'm using, which is based on Willie Blockchain Education's methodology, you would have bought here, you would have sold here, then you probably would have bought about here, and you would have, probably you would have sold right about here. Definitely would have gotten to the 200 moving average. So, using that trading methodology, you arguably could have made around, crap, I hate that. Always hit the wrong one. Sorry, forecast. There's a possibility you could have made, conservatively, maybe by the time you get in and out, maybe 10% on this move, Ethereum versus BTC, but that's against, Ethereum BTC. I mean, I don't mind picking up an extra 10% gains on my BTC, whatever I'm in that trade with. So once again, I'm just mentioning that, blockchain education, you want to learn the trade. Actually, today they're starting a new series of training videos starting from the ground up. It's basically a new beginner's intro check it out. Got an affiliate link there. I'm not trying to shill it. I just belong to it, and it has helped me become a profitable trader more than anything else. And anyway, ADA, Cardano versus USDT, it dumped hard with the Bitcoin dump. It's working on pumping after that. It's working on making it happen. Like I say, just watch the 45-minute chart or the hourly. Watch for a break above the 314 moving average and the 200 moving average. Watch for support there. And myself, I really am not going to consider something strong until then. Of course, you can get in on these rallies the alts are doing. Just realize, do watch that 200 moving average because it's either going to break through or it's going to reject. It's a spot to watch. XRP dumped hard, definitely showing up for work today. Boom, in the green. This chart looks really, really good. I love the velocity that I'm seeing. I might even get a position right now and just be very, very watchful when it hits that 200 moving average because I think that XRP USD may actually break this 200 moving average even if Bitcoin does not. Not financial advice, just saying, okay? Doge versus USDT, beautiful upwards trend today. As you can see, it got close to the 200 moving average, but kind of got rejected. Anyway, it's cooling off now, but Doge USDT, it's finally seeing some upwards momentum. SHIB versus USDT, not much. It got killed by Bitcoin's recent dump, and it really hasn't showed much spunk to fight back yet. Theta, it dumped hard, and look at that. It's really, really getting ready to challenge that 200 moving average. Indicators look a little bit overstretched right now to me, but definitely one that I'm watching. That's why I'm linking to it here. If people want to know, hey man, what are you trading? Everything I show you any given day is what I'm working on that day. It's weekend, volume is really, really low, and you know New York is being flooded, and California's got lots of earthquakes. I sense a real trepidation in the cosmic weather this weekend, getting a little bit out there, I know, for some, but hedge your bets, have those stop losses in. If you're going to be trading, be careful. I think we're going to see an insanely volatile weekend. So that is only intuition based on me being connected to reality or not connected to reality. Anyway, Bitcoin truth seekers, I'm glad you're here for the peaceful revolution. It's important. It matters now more than ever. And remember, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, a piece of shit banker and other just awful people like this thing cry. So take care.